investing or crypto investing as a whole. Then at the end, I'm going to show you various ways to actually make money in the crypto market. I'm going to show you what I do on a daily basis with my trading and my investing and more. So by the end of this, you'll have a simple foundation to get started investing the right way, to invest like the 1%, and hopefully have the opportunity to join that millionaires club. If you have friends that you want getting involved in cryptocurrency and you find value throughout this video, make sure you share it with them. Like the video if you find value as well. The more people we can get this out to, the more we can establish wealth in the next generation. And that's effectively my entire goal in doing this. So let's dive in. All right, so let's first get into the basics of crypto and understand what this entire market is used for. So whenever you hear cryptocurrency, it comes from cryptography, which is a way of encrypting data to be stored in transactional ledgers, which is going to allow the transmission of information seamlessly, securely between parties. There's a bunch of different use cases for different cryptos, but the main premise of cryptocurrency is essentially having a starting point where it's either a transaction or a submission of information, and then a transaction is distributed via a validation cryptographic hash, which is sent into a distributed database, where basically this database is confirming the input of the information. And then once that information is confirmed and stored, and the transaction is committed and stored in the blockchain, the facilitation of that process is paid out, and then it hits the final point of the transaction. This can be all programmed and doesn't require a centralized entity, rather a distributed network of people all using this network that are securing the network without it needing to have this central entity, like I said. So there's a few major use cases for cryptocurrency that I think are important to understand. The first of which is a store of value. So of course, you've probably heard of Bitcoin. This has a finite supply where you can see something like the dollar is just continuing to be printed over time. Something like Bitcoin or something like gold, for example, it's really hard to create more of it, in which case this becomes a very good store of value opposed to the dollar that just continues to have more and more of it printed whenever the Federal Reserve decides, which is actively degrading the value of your dollar over time. Okay, we're going to get more into that in a second. All right, but that's a store of value is one of the biggest use cases for cryptocurrency. Okay, the second biggest is something called DeFi, basically being able to program automated systems to distribute money where, like I said, with this example, there's a network of validators confirming the transactions, confirming the information, and being able to program the distribution of funds, transactions, all sorts of things that are being done by humans right now that don't necessarily need to. Okay, so programmable money, speed and accuracy and accountability of all these transactions. The third biggest is stable coins. So representations of a relatively stable value. So stable coins are coins that are mirroring the value of, say, the dollar or the yen. All right, so something like USDT is a one-for-one cryptocurrency version representation of the dollar, which allows you to essentially take the worth of a dollar and use it on blockchain to do any sort of trading on the blockchain using cryptocurrency. So examples of that, USDT, USDC are some of the big ones. You can see there's other many use cases and applications for blockchain. So finance, we can have our government processes automated, cybersecurity, cloud storage, global payments. We're already seeing that with XRP, potentially replacing the SWIFT system, insurance, supply chain, real estate management, healthcare, fundraising transparency. We're having the establishment of Doge now. So the future is already moving into a more clear, open, accountable way of actually seeing where collective funds are going. And blockchain, in my opinion, is going to play a massive role into this. There's a lot of use cases in crypto, but what does this actually mean with respect to the opportunity and the potential growth of the market? So I'm going to first talk about the store of value opportunity and then sort of the open-ended upside of the more crypto being integrated in terms of DeFi. So let's first talk about store of value, and then we're going to talk about the DeFi implications as far as the future potential. A lot of people stay away from